Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Today's lesson is on absolute values inequalities. The first point here is we can treat less than inequalities as a single inequality, but not greater than inequalities. Greater than inequalities need two cases. Then the next important point is check your answers by substituting values back into the equation just to make sure that you have done it correctly, and remember to reverse the inequality sign when multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Now that's the golden rule of inequalities. Inequalities are solved exactly the same as equations, with this one exception known as the golden rule. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, then you flip the sign, you reverse the inequality. Let's have a look at a couple of examples, one being for less than inequality and one being for a greater than inequality. Okay, let's have a look at that. Example, solve the absolute value of x plus 3 is less than or equal to 3 and graph your solution on a number line. Now, being a less than inequality, we can actually treat it as a single inequality. So what does that mean? That means that it can be just expressed as x plus 3 is greater than or equal to minus 3 and less than or equal to 3. And by taking minus 3 away from all three parts, we get x is greater than or equal to minus 6 and less than or equal to 0. So taking minus 3 away from that gives me x, taking minus 3 away from that gives me minus 6, taking minus 3 away from that gives me 0. Both are included. So if we were to graph this on a number line, then we would have solid dots there and then all the values in between. Now let's take a look at an example of an absolute value inequality that is greater than. So solve the absolute value of 3 minus 5x is greater than 12 and graph your solution on the number line. Now there are two cases because it is a greater than inequality, so I have to consider the two cases when 3 minus 5x is greater than 12 or the minus 3 minus 5x is greater than 12, because remember absolute value is plus or minus, so I cannot join them together. It's not a less than inequality, it's a greater than inequality, so two cases are needed. The first case, 3 minus 5x is greater than 12, taking 3 to the other side, minus 5x is greater than 9. So dividing now by minus 5, this is an important point. When dividing by minus, you flip the inequality. So x becomes less than minus 9 on 5. And the other case is when there's a minus, so it's minus outside of 3 minus 5x greater than 12, so it's minus 3 plus 5x is greater than 12. Taking the 3 to the other side, you get 15, and then divide by 5, you get the 3, x is greater than 3. So we can see x is less than minus 9 on 5, or x is greater than 3. And because there is no equality, it's an open circle there at minus 9 on 5, which is minus 1.8, close to minus 2, and then the arrow points to the left, and then starting at x equals 3, an open circle, and the arrow points to the right, all the values greater than 3.